Sprinkles, you are my friend. I recently bought more Pulse. PLS. I've got some juicy information for you today. There are influencers who continue to dance on the grave of HEX and the HEX community, which I think is interesting because I've made all these videos that you like, subscribe, blah, blah, and all, just to share with you that the community is still here. And of course, you want to see green candles. Well, join the party. Everyone else wants to see green candles too. But I'm going to explore with you the dancing of the graves. We're going to have some fun. And so when we explore this thread, it's exactly what you expect. So people do this for their own reasons. They want to come, revisit ego issues. They got pride, or they just want to come and just laugh at a dead body. It is what it is. But luckily, you have a friend named your friend Somi who remembers this influencer and who remembers how wrong he got it. See, let's read the thread. So is HEX completely dead now? Can someone that is R-word enough to keep up with that old dumpster fire give me the latest drama? So this is a complete joke. You know how I know? Because this person mutes the HEX tag. They admitted it once in a podcast. See, friends, I've got eyes and ears everywhere. That's how you know it's a joke. So basically what they've done is they've unmuted the word HEX from the timeline and they've seen the chart. So they saw this chart and they've come to observe it. They go, thankfully, you're dead, minus 90 and minus 100%. Now I can come and gloat. But what's interesting is your friend here made a post quite a while ago. Let's zoom in. You see this influencer, friends, actually don't worry about zooming in. This influencer, finally, these HEX C word will stop showing up in my mentions. Good riddance. You also had Inverse Bruh saying you guys got hexed. So what they were joking about, have a look at the chart down here. This was actually November 2020. And what's fascinating is that I measured how high it went after their tweet. 137x in a straight line. And then when they came to tweet again about it, it was still 14x. Now, of course, HEX was 5.5 cents. It was before the PulseChain launch. But it is interesting to see, where are we now? So would you call it a victory? Doesn't really matter. It's influencers, man. They come, they gather views. They're trying to get revenue. There's trading referral links. There's all these types of clout building things. This is the game of influencing and promoting. This is what they do. So it doesn't really matter. Don't take it to heart. But what's interesting to add is I went back to his tweet and I showed something interesting. You see, even after the collapse, total HEX is still 400% higher than his tweet. That's right. So he tweeted when HEX was like a third of a penny. If you got all of 2021 yield, all of 2022 yield, and all of 2023 yield, you would have about 30% extra to add to this 1.2 cents. It's interesting if you do that. You'd have like effectively your combined price is like 1.56 cents, which is about 400% from that. By the way, I know you're looking like, oh man, it's not that great. Is it? Isn't it great? Someone dancing on your grave, they got it so ridiculously wrong. But think about how wrong you are. Something went down. Look, just friends, listen to this. You're so wrong that the total HEX price dropped this much. Something dropped minus 98% and it's still higher than when you fudded it. That's how wrong you are when it comes to this. So that is something interesting to think about. As well, think about the combination of unmuting HEX, come to dance on the graves of people. And the example I use is, this is exactly like Uncle Petey Schiff cheering the Bitcoin collapse when he was bearish at $6,000 and it's now $25,000, right? It's like him still saying, I told you, I told you, I told you. Really? Who are you telling, friends? You're telling your own audience how great you are. You're not doing yourself any favor, but they don't even care. They're making money other ways. It doesn't really matter. What I like doing is going through the fundamentals. This is ThePulseTube.com. There are 140 people still here. I see all the HEX logo colors, different types of channels, different types of streamers. Yes, the prices are down. People disappear. Well, guess what, man? Guess what? I was here during the FTX collapse. Everybody was gone there too. Everyone was gone. I started making YouTube videos. I started coming on Twitter more often just to be more engaged. I was here the whole time, but they were all gone. All your favorite influencers who were making money off all the ICO pump and dumps, they were gone in the bear market. It's the same thing. Is it the same thing? Or do we just have a specific lens that we look through? I'm telling you it's the same thing. Other people are saying this time is different. That's why I'm here to just let you know, you can do what you want, man. I DCA bought more Pulse. I bought Pulse. And obviously, I could have chosen from anything. You could have split it up. It doesn't really matter, man. They're all liquidity bonded. Who cares? All the ratios seem perfectly fine. If you were to take like the super conservative approach, just do half and half or split them up. It doesn't really matter. They're all going to go up or go down together. So, more information. Want to see something cool. So, why did I just buy Pulse? Well, it doesn't really matter, friends. The incremental addition, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it's not going to change, not going to move the needle. It is what it is. But I found this fascinating. I'm here to bring it for you. Highest value content on YouTube. Ethereum is 40% of Bitcoin's market cap. So ETH is the smart contract layer. BTC is a store of value. Okay. You can also write this as L1, a layer 1 chain over SOV, store of value. Now, Bitcoin is a layer 1 chain, but don't worry, it's more store of value. We're talking about the memes here. That is around 40% so far, ETH BTC. PulseChain is around 55% of the total HEX market cap. So PLS, which is the L1, over HEX Combined, which is the store of value. That is around 55%. Isn't it fascinating that the market, having nothing to do with each other, no HEX influencer, no HEX participant, nobody in the comments, not even Ricardo Corazon himself has ever spoken about this. The ratio of Ethereum to Bitcoin, and if Pulse and HEX would be the same. I spoke about it. Go back and go through all my tweets. Before PulseChain launched, I had many theories. All the theses, doesn't really matter whether they came true or not. It actually did come true. I believed that ETH BTC, which is this ratio I'm going to show you, the ratio of Ethereum and Bitcoin, I believed because this chart is going up, and also because Richard Hart himself was bullish on this chart, Ethereum is gaining on Bitcoin. Because it's going up, I believed Pulse would outperform HEX over the cycle. Okay, don't zoom into these little ones. I know what everybody does is, friends, you do what the Bitcoin maxis do. Don't fudge yourselves out of your bags or anything. What they do is they zoom in here and they say, oh my gosh, Ethereum is losing against Bitcoin for this tiny little move. Yay, oh no, you're down 40%. If you zoomed in, yes, everything looks like it's crumbling. How about you zoom out? What's happening over time? Are people holding the store of value? No, they're speculating on the layer 1. It's actually getting more growth. You might even say a store of value is more like a utility. It's boring, it's stable, there's less volatility. But the layer 1 chain can be improved and modified, and it's like a Ferrari. You can maybe even change the engine. You can do a lot of things with it. That's why the market gives it a higher premium. And also, it's leverage on the way down too. So we might find PLS HEX goes up over time, and then in a bear market, the next bear market, we might find that goes down. Perhaps. No guarantees. Crazy to think. That's why I'll tell you, the market is a wonderful pricing mechanism. The collective mindset of people and the perception of value. If you ask any one person, we all have a mental illness. We're all on something. Some is a substance. We're all on some LSD trip. You don't know what's going on. But if you ask everyone together in a survey, you get the mind of the masses, the wisdom of everybody put together. It's nuts, isn't it? How the hell did it magically price itself similar? That's wild. Also, what's going to be wild is if ETH BTC starts going up and Pulse HEX starts going up. And if you want to calculate this yourself, you just go to gopulse.com. you exclude the origin address. You can see here, right? The market cap of Pulse, 567 million. And then you're going to have to do hex here. This is total hex. So you're going to have to add this times 1.5 because it doesn't show you E-hex. You're going to do P-hex plus E-hex. You do them together, you have the number. Now, something to note is the hex pulse chart. So everybody charts it as hex PLS. The store of value, so they do hex over PLS. Now, I understand people probably, they've seen Richard chart like this. They've seen Richard Hart chart like this. And they've also seen Wallet DO1 smack up a lot of P-hex and buy it. I don't care. You can lie to yourself all you want. The market's pretty clear to me. Pulse is a layer 1 coin. Pulse is also cycle 1. Pulse has less bag holders. Just like Ethereum was a new kid on the block compared to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's got a lot more bag holders than Ethereum. That's why ETH BTC is going up. Ethereum is one cycle behind Bitcoin. It's younger. So I think the way to chart this is to actually invert it. Now, I don't know, friends. Of course, I know what a lot of people say. A lot of people will say, hey, it's in the best interest of the God hand, whoever it may be, to actually help Hex appreciate against Pulse over time. It's true. It's true. But I can't help but wonder, have we seen somebody jam a price up and have it fall on their face before? Yes, we have. This is the PulseX to Pulse ratio. Someone magically, quack, quack, sent the PulseX to Pulse ratio to 0.50. Everybody was talking about the buy and burn, how great it was. What did the market do from that point? Crash back down 46% in a straight line. This was so overvalued, it didn't even bother double topping. That's something to think about, right? That's actually very serious. You know, normally when there's big market mania, you get some sort of double top or a triple top and then you come back down, or you do some little heads and shoulders and you come back down. We didn't even bother doing that. It was literally, I'm sending you up here and the market goes, I am not valued anywhere near here at all, not even close. Something about this price action you got to pay attention to. Is it repeating in the Hex and Pulse chart? Have we been jammed up? Has this been the market showing, hey, is it gone? I don't know, but it is something to think about. If we invert the pair, by the way, if you go to the top right here, you click on the three dots in the DEX screener, you can go to invert pair and you can actually see Pulse versus Hex. So this is the Pulse versus Hex chart. And you see it's right down here. So no one's charted this. Nobody. Everybody puts Hex as the numerator. I like doing Pulse over Hex because it's like ETH BTC. ETH BTC, right? It's the same thing. Layer 1 chain, smart contract over the store of value, which is, you know, where you grab yield from, where you just like the simple, the layer 0, it's a different philosophy to approach things, right? Where does this go in the future? I don't know. I have no idea. But if it continues to follow ETH BTC, we might find it comes back, swoops up, right? Now, why I think this is going to happen, and by the way, I can be wrong. Once again, friends, you're allowed to be wrong in this game. We're dealing with digits and guessing, all right? It's because what direction did the market send these on Richard abandoning FUD, SEC FUD, PulseChain getting destroyed, FUD? What direction did we send this spread? We sent it down. So that is telling me it's risk off. Do you understand? Risk off. Risk off means nobody is happy. So I would think that if this was risk off by the market, perhaps risk on is going to be Pulse smashing Hex, because it's probably going to emulate Ethereum and the validators come and everybody's going to be linked to PLS. That's just what I think. Now, a lot of people in the community don't like this. Why? Because they're from the Hex world. They got in HEX. They love the yield. And hey, it doesn't matter. They're bad. It's just like, by the way, it's not the end of the world. Like, okay, if something, look at this. The rate is 124% here. If it gets back up there, it's okay. One did 4x, one did 8x. It's just something to think about. And as well, this isn't even the real chart because this is only doing it with PHEX. We have to do the ratio with the combined values of them both. So this is just me trying to look for better bang for buck. It's not 100% true. It can be wrong. It doesn't really matter. They're all going to go up or down the same. They're all linked psychologically. All the bonding is done, but it's something cool to investigate. But also, you can't discount this. I mean, PulseX is down so bad, down 93%, man. Like, its candles and its volume is so dead. I can't help but wonder what a nice clip here would do. Like, you're going to get a freaking 10x just on the way back. That's just something to think about as well. They're all cheap. All of them. All of them are cheap. IDCA bought more. EHEX, PHEX, Pulse, PulseX, it doesn't really matter. So, yes, you do have influencers dancing on the grave. You can look at the chart all you want. I'm looking at Mr. Westcott here. I'm looking at Stolte. I'm looking at Mr. Staked Wealth. I'm looking at Serena. I'm looking at Randy, Max. I'm looking at this dude. Where is this dude? I'm looking at all these people and I'm thinking, all right, when there's green monthly candles, are they going to be quiet? I'm looking at Miguel. Do you think Miguel's going to make no videos or 10 videos a week when the green candles are here? Just think about it. That's how you got to think about this game. That's how I'm thinking about this game. If you're thinking about, wow, you know, the prices went down and we're being upset. Okay, man, yeah, we'll get it. You know, we've been here before, right? If the Ethereum maxis, let's put this on a regular chart. If the Ethereum maxis were scared, they would not have been constructing the future of finance when ETH BTC was down 88% after 900 days in 2019. Okay? By the way, they are scared. They were scared. But they still didn't let themselves act in the wrong way. They didn't quit. Instead, they kept making their DeFi. They still kept constructing the future of finance. They still kept building. And speaking of building, friends, you know exactly what we have to build here. We've got to build some green monthly candles. That's it. That's it. Personally, I know right now, okay? If we get a green monthly candle and Pulse is back up to like 0.86 here, right? You think it's going to feel good, but your DCA opportunity is gone. Like, you should still keep buying, but you're not going to feel good anymore. You're going to be thinking about, oh my gosh, like I'm going to get like 2.5 times less money now. Like, you're not going to be getting a discount anymore. Right now, to get to the top, how much are you going to get? If you get in here, to get to the top, you're going to get a 7x. But if you have to go buy back on the line, which isn't even day one sack, you're only going to get like a 3.2x. Think about this once it's finally cleared the zone. So I've taken advantage of it. I added more to the Pulse bag. I will keep adding more as time goes on. Don't stress if you can't. I understand. I'm just doing what I'm doing. If you want to wait for new narratives, new ecosystems, and take that risk for 2024, well, we're just going to have to wait and see. There is no guarantee that we're even going to be early to it. And the final message, I think this data is pretty cool. Shout out to Mr. Dipcatcher for making the HEX Combined website. I've got my arrow here over the all-time average day HEX price. Combined, this is combined. It's 6.7 cents. And the median price is 3 cents. Now, today, we're like 1.2. So, usually, this all-time average price, it's used in Bitcoin. And it always acts as a magnet. So we are way, way, way below. We are 6x under that all-time average price. That's how undervalued you are. So you can take the approach of, well, I'm going to sell the bottom. I'm a smelly poopy head. You can take that approach and feel free. Feel free, please click sell and exit. For me, I added to my bags. I increased my position size. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Make sure you like and subscribe. Press the bell button and all. I love every single one of you.